Alright guys, yo, how's it going? I wanted to do like a video this time, kind of like how I got started into buying comic books and what I did, and for people watching this who maybe want to get into buying comic books and stuff, then some advice maybe on how I kind of got into it, I guess, because I know it can be a bit daunting, especially like just walking in off the street into a comic book shop. I remember the first time I went in, I just wanted to read some Batman, so I was at the new issues coming out this week, and there's like a Batman, 350, and a Detective Comics 700, and where do you start with that? You know what I mean? You pick that up and you're like, shit, there's 700 of these. Um, am I just buying the 700th issue of an ongoing story? I've got no idea. So basically, what I did, I was lucky, and I had a mate who was into comic books at the same time as me, or before me, and yeah, so he was kind of guiding me, giving me books kind of to learn. I mean, if you've got a friend who does that, then yeah, but you don't want to end up just buying the same things as them. You want to use them to get your foot in the door. If you don't have that, then what I would suggest to you is, you're obviously interested in a certain thing, a certain superhero, say. So, go for maybe a trade paperback of a story. So for Batman, we'll just use the example of Batman. I just went into the shop and had a look, and this one here, Batman the Long Halloween, it doesn't have a number 1 on the side, so you can be fairly certain that that's a self-contained story. And yeah, that's some Batman. It is a self-contained story. And that's some Batman the Long Halloween, for example, Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb, however you say his name. So that would be a good way to start. And sometimes speaking to these people in comic book shops can be a little bit daunting. I know one of the guys in one of the shops that I'm in is very opinionated, which isn't a bad thing if you know what you're wanting. But at the same time, you don't want to be buying things that he's saying are good, because for you they might not be. So yeah, to begin with, just pick up a couple of trades. I would definitely recommend, like, I'll just use the same book, like the artists and the writers, keep your eyes on them. And that's a good way to branch out. Like, you don't want to just be buying, well, maybe you do. If you like Spider-Man, buy Spider-Man, whatever. But if you like a certain book, for example, A Long Halloween, check out Jeff Loeb, go and check him on Wikipedia and see what else he's written. And then you can, that's not necessarily Batman. Because you like his writing, go and find elsewhere, and then you might find out that he's written I shouldn't have used him because I don't know any other stuff he's written. But yeah, he's just wrote heaps of Batman, I know of. But yeah, so like you'd go and find out something he's written, like an independent title, for example. Like, they'd write their own self-contained stories for an independent company, like for Image, for Dark Horse, for people like that. And that's how you find, that's how you kind of spread yourself out, if you see what I mean. And use that to hop onto other titles and other publishers as well. Getting into other publishers is another good way of picking up extra books, picking up other things, because you find like your little adverts and stuff like that, and then you can go and have a look at that and see what you think. I would definitely recommend, if you're wanting to just have a punt at something, I wouldn't go straight out and buy these. Go and buy an issue of it. It's like, I know issue 1s can be difficult to find. Like, say Sandman, you want to try Sandman, you're not going to go out and buy an issue 1. You could buy the whole set in trades for that price. But you know what I mean, with reason, buy maybe a single issue, and if you like it, yeah, go for the trade. If you're into collecting the issues, which is what I am personally, then you've got the issue. You can be doing that, and that's how you grow. Is what I'm saying. Is what I'm trying to say. Follow your writers and follow your artists that you like, and you'll find something else. And like artists, especially if you like an artist, their work's going to become, you'll pick that out. You'll see it. And you might find new writers that way. The same with writers, you'll see their name. Artists are easier because you can tell their art. You don't have to physically look for their name. But yeah, so that's a good thing to do. you can get like previews comics, which maybe aren't so good for a first-time buyer, but they do explain, you know, some of the issues to you. Some of the, you know, they give you explanations of what's coming out that month, and then you can just take your previews comic into the shop and say to your guy, look, I'm needing this, I'm needing this, I'm needing this. Get a standing order set up, and then before you know it, you're away and you're spending too much money. So that's, you know, just try that. You know what I mean? Really good way to just get into books. I would recommend trades, and then you might start to find that you're interested in picking up single issues, especially back issues of things. But I've got a mate of mine who waits for the trades, and you know, of current books, and I just could not do that. I'm picking them up monthly. I'm wanting it now. I don't want to think, you know, oh, there's a great book coming out, I've got to wait for it to start at issue 1, and then, you know, for 6, 8, 10 months before there's enough issues out, monthly issues out, to be collected into a trade. I'm not doing that. I'm not waiting years for my books. And to be honest, the monthlies, I just prefer monthlies. But yeah, you might be different. But you know what I mean? This is just information for you. Another great piece of information that I can give you, and I've only been aware of this a year most, is guys on here doing what I'm doing right now, showing off comics. I just got the issue 5 of Second Sight, David Hine. I bought it because I like David Hine, so there you go. Yeah, so things like that. And before you know it, it's only daunting for a little while until you know what you like. And then you can be going in there asking specifically for things that you're looking for. You know what you're looking for in what's essentially just a massive box of comic books, and you've got no idea. So it's a good way to get out. And then your local comic book shops, you'll start knowing where things are, and you'll be seeing stuff that you're interested in, that you maybe not just wanting to pick up, but you then got time to go and look it up at your own leisure. So yeah, there's some information for you. But yeah, what I was saying, on YouTube, on here, I've got them all written in this little moleskin here. I think Ernest Hemingway used to use them. I bet he put all his favourite YouTube subscriptions in his moleskins as well. So I've done the same thing. But I would just say I've written out a couple pages of guys that and girls that I watch, not all of them. This is just off the top of my head, so I apologise to anybody else watching who I've missed. But, you know, watching videos like this, seeing what other people are picking up, whether they think it's good, whether they think it's bad, it's a great way to find books, find old series that you've never heard of, new books that are coming out. So what I would say is, first of all, Rob Wiseguy82, he handles every single independent book that's ever printed. I think he's getting them all. So I would recommend his videos for that reason. He goes through a heap of indie titles. He picks up some Marvel and some DC as well. But check him out. He's always picking up number ones. He's always picking up new books. So if you're interested in new books, Rob Wiseguy82. A couple of guys here, Biggie's Comics, Manuel Melendez, Manny NYC. What's his phrase? What is it he says? If you don't want that, let me get that. So Manny NYC, Marky 316 as well. These guys are good for like picking up key issues. They get a lot of key issues, and they show if you're interested in that, because a lot of people are like myself. I buy comic books for, you know, stories, arcs and stuff. These guys do the same, but they also pick up key issues, i.e. first appearances, deaths of, returns of, stuff like that. Things that are, you know, worth like more money than your standard book. If you're interested in stuff like that, check out those guys. My boy Tat Comics, he's got a huge X-Men collection that he's showed off a couple of times. He's showed off a heap of books from. If you're interested in X-Men, check out Tat Comics. A guy called Captain Strangelife, he collects everything. He has it all. If you're just wanting to learn something, watch his videos. There's always something in there that you have never heard of, and that is awesome. Not just current stuff, you know, from the 40s essentially up till now. Who else have I got here? Reader1717. She picks up a heap of books, and she also does reviews of books. So that's quite interesting if you're wanting to just find out a bit about a book. She'll do it for you. VinCrew 12,000, 120,000, whatever. VinCrew 1230. He doesn't post that many videos, but when he does, he's got a heap of books and he's got heaps of information. He did a great video on banned comics, so I'd really recommend checking that out. Just check his videos out. He knows what he's doing. And Sandman Logan 5 has recently been doing videos of his entire comic book collection, so that would be a great way to, just see what someone's collected and how they've collected it. Check him out, see what he's saying. And then I've just got a heap of other people that I subscribe to. It's not them all, and I do apologise. But I'll maybe, I'm not going to be able to list all of these people in my description. But you'll see folk commenting on my videos, and I comment on people's videos. So, you know what I mean? Once you get a couple of these folks subscribed to you, you're in and you're away, and you're getting all the comic book knowledge that you'll ever need. So, roll call here. We've got AG Surfer, Eddie the Comic Guy, Comic Book Junkie, Comic Noob, Semperfi Comic Guy, Huey's Comics, Coast and Brown Star, Punisher 88, Davis Comic Finds, PGH Expert, Weapon X Comics, Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, Erod 212, Gore Vidal, Jared Osborne, Payne's Comics, Liking the Covers 4963, there's Dawn Comic Book Junkie, and Why Not Art. Check out all these guys. You'll see comments in my videos, click on them, subscribe to them, and you'll just expand from there. And yeah, that's it, man. And woman, obviously. Jesus. Good luck to you. If you're wanting to get into comics, you'll have found this, and good luck to you, and welcome. See you next one. Cheers.